Your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
An active day across central Illinois. Round after round of severe storms roared across the area. That's what it looked like earlier as those storms pushed into Indiana. And now we're just left with a few showers down near I-70 at this hour. And we're going to see an end to that rain, at least for now. But more storms are in the forecast for the rest of the week. Temperatures tonight actually feel pretty nice. The rain moved through, really cooled things down. Still a little muggy, but 69 in Champaign, 70 in Springfield. We're back to the mid-80s for highs tomorrow. With, yes, maybe some additional storms. We'll talk about that in the forecast when we come back. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
She was working by herself. We can only assume that the garage that was destroyed.
Storms did more than damage buildings and trees. How it also sent one woman to the hospital. Plus, it's been a long time coming for one school district after more than a year of negotiations have been put to bed. And football players are still practicing, even though there's no word on games. But a positive test changed that for one team.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
A tree getting a direct hit from lightning was just the beginning of damage reports across the area after two storms tore through today. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. The wind from those storms today ripped apart buildings, knocked down power lines, and sent a woman to the hospital. Some of the worst damage happened in Thomasboro. WCIA3's Jennifer Jensen was there and has the story.
From above, the village of Thomasboro looks much different than it did before the storm. On the ground level, employees at Ehler Brothers Company were hard at work picking up the debris.
This building looks like it could potentially be a total loss, and then we've got another 240-foot long machinery equipment storage structure that's a total loss about a half a mile down the road.
The strong winds ripped apart the metal.
The roof of this building collapsed and the walls caved in. The only thing holding this structure up is the equipment inside.
Dustin Ehler says one of his employees was hurt as the storm rolled through.
She was working by herself. We can only assume that the garage that was destroyed to our west blew through the wall here, and she was hit with some of the debris in the back of her head.
The Champaign County EMA director says nobody else reported being hurt from the storm. But further into the village, there was more damage, including snapped trees and downed power lines.
We had one report of a power line hitting the trampoline in the back of somebody's yard and started a fire. And there was at least one tree on the car and one tree on the house.
The entire afternoon was spent cleaning up the damage. Ehler says despite what happened, he's thankful for this.
The battery on my phone is completely dead from people, calling, texting, offering to help. We've got several customers, several employees. I mean, just the outpouring of help has been amazing.
Reporting, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA3, your local news leader.
There's a lot of cleanup to be done at Ehler Brothers, which continues tomorrow. They patched the buildings in the meantime because they weren't able to get it all done today. Now, the second round of storms also did their fair share of damage, this time in Sangamon County near Route 4 and Curran Road. This is what was left after strong winds toppled trees and ripped grain bins to shreds. Some of the material was blown 100 yards away.
Blew two grain bins right off their foundation, blew doors off sheds, damaged the house. You can see what it did to the trees. Blew that tree clear across the road. Part of the grain bins clear across Route 4 out in the bean field.
He says, though, no one was hurt. In other news, 2020 is on track to be the most violent on record in Champaign. City leaders are stepping up to try and stop it. There are several programs in the community, some geared toward young people, others toward victims and those who pulled the trigger. There's been a total of 95 shootings in 2020. There were 100 in 2019. Bear in mind, there are 5 months left this year. The biggest concern leaders in Champaign have is the growth of youth involvement. They say the number of kids using guns is growing.
Our emphasis today is to try to reach these young people and to build from that. And if we can recapture them, re-engage them, and redirect them, we're in a much healthier community. We're a much healthier neighborhood. We're a much healthier society.
City leaders believe economic stress is one factor playing a role. Some believe these kids have no place else to turn, and others might use it as a way to appear strong. For a more in-depth look at gun violence in Champaign over the last 5 years, you can visit our website. New at 10, the Village of Muhammad is responding to complaints made against its police chief. They came after a Pain to Peace protest earlier this month. Chief Mike Metzler was accused of being confrontational, blocking vehicles, and more. The village interviewed the chief and reviewed video on social media, it said. A report was released tonight disputing those claims. To see the village's responses laid out point by point, you can go to WCIA.com. Going back to school will definitely look different this year, and Champaign Schools is making an effort to get everyone signed up. There were 2 mobile registration events today in Champaign. You can still register online through July 31st, but mobile registration means all families are covered if they need internet, a translator, or someone to walk them through the process. Once families register, schools will reach out to see which students may be eligible for in-person instruction. Springfield Schools held the first of 2 board meetings to figure out how the district will return next month. A hybrid plan was proposed, which would allow students to decide whether they show up in person or learn remotely. The school board listened to public comment for hours last night from both parents and teachers. Board member Mike Zimmer says while he thinks the district did its best with what it has, returning to school would be too risky.
That's what I'm pushing for, is to start remotely until this settles down, and it may take a semester for it too, and if it does, then so be it. Remote learning's not ideal, but it's better than having nothing. Our teachers went through this last spring. Springfield teachers are a great group of people. They really adapt well to situations.
Zimmer says he got a lot of positive feedback from teachers for his call. The board won't vote on a plan until its next meeting, August 5th. Rantoul City Schools decided on its fall plan. It's giving parents one of 2 options: a Learn Academy, which is done remotely, or a blended academy. A child would have in-person classes twice a week, and the rest would take place at home. Masks and social distancing would be required in school.
So that means in the classroom, our desks are placed 6 feet apart. When they walk down the hallways, we hope that they are 6 feet apart. We'll have markers on the ground so they can get an idea of how far 6 feet apart is.
If students choose at-home learning, they will not be able to switch to blended learning until December. The Early Childhood Education Center in Champaign has been shut down. An employee with Head Start tested positive. The center wasn't open to students yet, so no children were exposed. The worker is now isolating at home for at least 2 weeks. The center won't be reopening on July 27th as was planned. It's working on public health on proper steps to reopen the center in 2 weeks. Across the state, there are 955 new cases since yesterday. So far, nearly 164,000 people have been infected with COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. Positivity rate over the last 7 days is up to 3.1%. 23 more people have died for a total of more than 7,300. Decatur School Board voted to approve an agreement with the Decatur Federation of Teaching Assistants. This comes after more than a year without an approved contract. WCIA3's Jen Lask was there when the school board voted on a new deal.
With 6 eyes and
hell yeah,
Decatur School Board votes to approve a new collective bargaining agreement with the district's teaching assistants. The vote closing a contentious chapter for the district. The union and school board began bargaining last April with the TA's contract expiring June 30th, 2019. In October, after months of failed negotiations, the teaching assistants went on strike for 3 days before suspending it without a contract. The talks continued and stalled and continued some more until last week when the school district announced the union voted to ratify a new deal that would then be brought before the board. One of the biggest sticking points had been health insurance. But the new deal will include the same standard health insurance plan offered to teachers, maintenance, security, custodians, Teamsters, and all non-union groups. It also offers a wage increase of $4.25 over the course of the next 3 years.
So I'm going to take a deep breath before I say this.
School Board President Beth Nolan became emotional, reflecting on the past year just minutes before approving the agreement.
So I want to say thank you to our families. I think that we knew what we signed up for when we ran for office, but I don't think our families had any idea the impact this would have on them.
She praised Union President Michelle Mitchell's leadership. Mitchell thanked the community and fellow unions for their support and closed out with this look ahead.
We look forward to rebuilding, restoring, and renewing our relationship for the betterment of our district, our students, staff, and our community.
Indicator Jen Lask, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The contract is in effect from July 1st, 2019 to June 30th, 2023. Now, the school board also discussed its plans to reopen. It's planning to make an announcement Friday morning, but we do know from its approval of Verizon wireless hotspots that at least partial remote learning is in the works. The board also voted to buy masks for students and staff. City of Champaign is making more progress on fixing the drainage problems in the Garden Hills neighborhood. For decades, people who live there have dealt with major flooding from stormwater backup when it rains. Tonight, council approved bids from 2 companies to demolish 18 homes on Hedge Road as part of the stormwater drainage improvement project, costing about $210,000. This will make room for a stormwater detention basin and a grassy turf area around it. This is phase 1. In total, 47 properties bought by the city will be torn down for the project. Our Bright Spot is all about giving tonight, how some made sure people had plenty to eat. Plus, Kanye West wants to run for president, but there are several steps he has to go through before you would see him on the ballot. And several football teams are out practicing, but one is not, while it was sidelined for a few days.